Hi, welcome to this part of my review featuring the SLA Industries 2nd edition core rulebook. If you haven't seen the other parts of my review featuring this splatterpunk noir sci-fi role-playing game, please check out the playlist in the description below. We are going to continue with the threats. This time we'll be talking about the Dream. Dream entities are a recent threat on Mort, originally haunting the battlefields of the cannibal sectors before infesting Mort, feeding on the fears and imaginations of inner downtown civilians. They are formed from reality breaking down, and they latch onto the fears voiced by those who catch fleeting glimpses of them from the edges of their vision. Seeded from a traumatic event, a gruesome murder or horrific accident, a shadowy form gestates into dream sacs or amorphous egg clusters, ranging from a handful of eggs to dozens in extreme circumstances. Untrained individuals encountering these seeding grounds are at risk of contracting the Grey and should be treated by an Aetherman to prevent fading away. From these eggs hatch Hellions, the first semi-physical form of the Dream entities. They can resemble ghostly rats or small carrion-like bipeds. At this stage, any reasonably competent Aetherman can finish them off, even though they are already getting the hang of distorting reality and shifting their shape. A Hellion that survives to adulthood in Mort City will usually become a shadow or Titter, with a few rare instances turning into deadly cryptids. Titters are known as compassion traps, preying on the sympathies of their victim. Appearing like small children in strife, a Titter will create illusions in their victims' minds, pushing them to help the troubled child that needs to be saved. They will attempt to lure people into dark alleys and remote sites, separating them from society and drawing them into fully fledged delusions. Once they have trapped their targets, they proceed to cruelty and torture. They attack with rift claws, slashing and biting in a flurry of frenzied strikes to eviscerate before jumping back to cackle as their victim bleeds out. There are also shadows. The skull-faced shadow is the more common of the apparitions to haunt Mort City, thriving in the dark corners of the underground sectors, hissing viciously and jumping out from dark places to feed off the terror they foment. When they finally do attack, gorged on fright, they can envelop their victims with blackness, blinding and disorienting them with an illusory darkness until they freeze. Then they can do with them as they please. Concerning cryptids, the pinnacle of the urban entity is the cryptid. Classified as an effigy, like the Titter, cryptids take form from the fears that spawn them. They are usually large, unpredictable monsters that wander into Mort City through the tunnels and sewers that link the city to Cannibal Sector 1. When they surface, they will generate mayhem on a large scale, usually ending in a violent confrontation with operatives or shivers. Cryptids lack the subtlety of the more intelligent entities, but make up for that with their armored bodies and rift teeth and claws. You have information on the special abilities and traits of the Dream, such as Distort. Distort is a skill exclusive to Dream entities and is used to evoke a number of their abilities, including the creation of reality distortions or other twisted visages. You also have Dream Armor. Some entities have abnormal protection, with their bodies able to harden at will, protecting them and soaking up damage in unexplainable ways. Rift Claws are able to pass through solid objects. Like Rift Claws, Rift Teeth are able to take an ethereal form in order to pass through armor, solidifying only when they strike the target. Perhaps the most feared power of the Dream entities is Reality Distortion. The entity will transform matter around their victim, creating the illusion of traps, never-ending corridors, or rooms without doors. And this concludes this part of the review. In the next part we are going to talk about the 9th Division and the Manchins. If you are looking for threats that plunge your campaign into a nightmare of surreal lethality, definitely consider confronting the player characters with the dream entities. Thank you for watching this part of the review, and thank you for your likes and your comments. If you have any comments or questions, please let me know. And thank you so much to those of you that are going the extra mile to support the channel. If anyone else wishes to further support the channel, the information on how to do that will be in the description below. Once again, thank you, and see you later.